So welcome. We have the opportunity of speaking with Tim Gray, the chairman of the SPA today, and just to give us an update on the things that are happening in the SPA at the moment. So welcome, Tim.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning. And so the first question I'd ask is, how have your members been coping during COVID lockdown?
Yeah, it's been a difficult time, I guess, since March. It's been a very different world. Our members on the whole have taken to the challenge of being key workers admirably. We've been helping members get to grips with various government guidelines and changes to guidance. The job retention scheme, which I think is in its third iteration now, we've been helping members with that. Business interruption loans, how we go about it and people's experience of that. And we've all shared experiences of how we've tried to make our factories and our workspaces COVID-safe environments. So overwhelmingly, members have reported their own staff have adapted well, albeit some cracks have begun to show recently, namely exhaustion, reluctance to return from furlough, and a few mental health issues sort of creeping in amongst their staff members. This was reaffirmed last week on a call with our retained employment lawyer, who is seeing an increase in disciplinary actions against staff who are behaving or reacting in a way that's sort of out of character, you know, a little bit more aggressive and volatile in the workplace, I guess due to increased levels of anxiety and stress.
And as an association, how have you adapted in terms of working from home, still trying to provide all the services you need to offer?
Yeah, to be honest, we're a fairly virtual association. We don't work from one centralised office. As you know, our executive committee is a group of unpaid volunteers who give freely of their time. So we only physically meet at conference, to be fair, and the occasional committee meetings. Now, these committee meetings, because our members are spread all over the country, they actually lend themselves to being virtual. So our committee meetings are now virtual online, rather than meeting at Manchester Airport Hotel, which, although they had great cookies, is much more convenient for everyone. The biggest challenge, really, remotely, is how we maintain that close-knit sharing and networking culture that the SPA is well known for.
So how have you coped with communicating with members during lockdown?
Well, honestly, it's been relatively easy to get to grips with that communication. As soon as we got on top of Zoom, 12 months ago, I didn't know what Zoom is. I'm a bit of a Zoom whiz now. So it has made communication very much easier, because in March we set our stall out to host weekly Zoom calls with our converter members one week and then our supply members the following week. You've had an involvement with those calls and they've been very, very well received. So we've been in regular contact with any member that wants to be involved. We use our website for members notices and regular news items. Once posted on this site, our members are automatically notified that they have arrived on the site, and then we follow them up using the appropriate social media channels, namely LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. I'd like to thank at this point the Confederation of Paper Industries, CPI, for working closely with us this year to avoid duplication of effort and to ensure clear messaging. We've mirrored their daily updates and guidance from government and BAYS. So it's been the same message, the same format and the same time, so pretty perfect. So there's no duplication of effort or message. We've also asked SPA members for opinion and data to support the CPI in their communications and consultations with BAYS, ensuring a larger sample and a more representative opinion, so that, you know, the powers that be can be aided in their policy creation. So to answer your question directly, communication has been good. Well, I believe it has been.
What does the coming 12 months look like, Tim, in terms of being able to hold events? You know, will you move to more online and try, or even try and go hybrid?
Well, this is the crystal ball moment, isn't it? I wish I had one. Well, as you know, we've already hosted our first full-blown online conference last month. You know, it had time-relevant, industry-specific presentations, guidance and help from our Ring of Defence retained specialists, supplier spotlights, and even online screen polls, which were great. The event attracted over 100 attendees. It was technically difficult, challenging to host, as you well know, but it was delivered without a hitch and universally was very well received. So online conferences are possible, and we've enjoyed doing it, and we will continue to do them. That said, it's not a permanent substitution for physical conference. You know, we're a tight-knit sociable association that thrives on networking, socializing, pressing the flesh, I guess. So my own personal opinion is that we will have to meet virtually for at least the next 18 months, but we want to get back together as soon as possible.
As you say, there's nothing quite like pressing the flesh, nothing quite like having a good chat over a beer with people. Just to ask then, do you think this gives an opportunity to try and expand the reach of your target audience?
To be honest, you know, the reach has been expanding over recent years. I guess because we, as the SPA, have been aggressive adopters of social media and digital communication. We have a much better reach than we've ever had before. Would we like more UK sheet plants to join our ranks? Yes, of course. It's a constant focus of the committee to get more sheet plants involved. We already have supplier members from Europe, from the US, from South Africa and Asia, and we're inundated with suppliers, you know, wanting to join the SPA so they can present their wares to our members. So to answer your question directly, yes, our reach will continue to expand during these different times. Yeah.
And why do you think a trade association is more important today than ever before?
Well, to my mind, there's always been a demand for trade associations, you know, and their popularity is a function of their relevance and the quality of the professional support they offer. That said, unless this is constantly communicated to members and potential members, a trade association can easily stagnate and die. Interestingly, recent events have highlighted, you know, this need for up-to-date information and the real benefit of sharing experience, both good and bad, with other members. My observation is adversity brings us closer together. I've used the expression before, you know, we come together and lick each other's wounds. It's, you know, the tougher life is, the more demand and the more benefit is derived from a trade association. However, you know, recent events been pretty traumatic, but they have highlighted, unfortunately, the inadequacies of some trade associations that appear not to be engaging with their members at all. I'd like to think that we don't fall into that category.
So how do those companies who are not yet members get involved with the SPA?
Well, I guess the easiest way, the best way, is to attend our next online conference for free on a try before you buy basis. That's on the 25th of January. And that will be advertised extensively throughout the trade and all channels. If they can't wait till then, if they can't wait till the 25th of January, contact me via LinkedIn or Twitter, or email or phone the SPA office via the website. You know, for people who aren't members, just to put it in context, you know, membership is very inexpensive, you know, £500 a year. And if a company's turnover is less than £2 million, it's just £300 a year. To put that into context, adopting just one of our best practice initiatives will more than pay for your membership fee. And we have, of course, a dozen low-cost or no-cost initiatives that members can take advantage of. So my message would be simple: don't delay. You know, make contact today. Gosh, that's almost a poem. And start benefiting from SPA membership.